Our initial run was not as a write-in candidate. I tried to be an independent candidate, which is the same thing basically that we're doing now, except my name would be on the ballot. And in order to do that, you have to get 5,930 valid petition signatures. And so we got about halfway there, and then coronavirus hit, and we couldn't go outside. And they have to be ink on paper signatures. So there was no way for us to work with the Secretary of State's office, I guess, or we tried, but there was no way to put the signatures online, extend the deadline, or decrease the amount of signatures. So they kind of just left me in this mess. And I was like, well, okay, coronavirus, the lockdowns kind of ended, and so we got back out there, and I couldn't quite get what we needed. We ended up with about like half the number we needed, and so we decided to go with the write-in candidate option just because it was the only option left to us. So the biggest pro is that we're still in the race. And I think the biggest con is basically everything else. Because it's a very steep uphill climb because people have to know that I'm running, and that's our biggest obstacle. And then they also have to know how to spell my name. And then they have to also like me and want to vote for me. So there's like this whole process that we have to go through that's really hard, and it requires this extra step of people writing my name in correctly, filling in the bubble correctly, and it's a steeper hill to climb. But I would also say it gives me a lot of wiggle room because people are willing to look at me a little bit more because I don't have a party, and they're just like, oh, you're just a girl from a small town who lives life the way I live it, and I really think that you could represent me pretty well. So it gives people reason to kind of look at us in a new light, even though we're doing it in a very unconventional way.